Well, hey guys, it is still snowing out there. I will give you a shot right here of it snowing. Happy spring, guys. Oh my goodness. It is like into the first week of March, and I want to say we have like 1.25 feet, like 14, 16 inches of snow, and it is still snowing. But that's besides the point. So today's recipe, since it's so cold outside, I thought I would make a really nice, warm, comforting dinner for my husband and I. And so we are going to have chicken bolognese with rice and roasted vegetables, all of it gluten-free. So, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with bolognese. Bolognese is typically made with a flour roux. I'm going to do it with gluten-free flour, and it's going to be just as good. So if you're interested in this recipe, keep watching. All right, so today we're going to cook the chicken in my Instant Pot. These are still like par frozen chicken thighs, skin and bone in, doesn't matter. So I have 4 of them here. I have 3 cups of water and the seasoning that's going to go for this chicken, salt and pepper. What's left of my paprika, I go through this stuff so fast. Should buy a big bag of it. Garlic powder and onion powder. So let's open up this. Take my mittens off. It is nice and clean. I'm going to put the chicken in. I usually buy family packs, or when the chicken goes on clearance. I actually got 2 family packs of chicken thighs for 89 cents a pound because they were on clearance. I bought all they had. Then I bagged them up in 2 per Ziploc bag. That way, when I want a dinner for my husband and I can just take out 2. So we'll put the water in. This is also going to make chicken stock that I can reduce and separate the fat from the broth, and then I will make pucks with the fat and freeze them, and then I will make a chicken broth that I can put in the fridge or freezer or can, whatever I decide to do. So I'm going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Remember, we're going to have bolognese. We don't need a whole lot of seasoning on this thing. 1/4 teaspoon of salt, or more depending on your preference. I'm going to put in the remainder of my paprika, which, if I look at it, it's probably a 1/4 teaspoon. Grocery shopping on Friday. Gotta get more. 1/4 teaspoon onion and garlic salt. Put the lid on. Put it on closed. Plug it in. And then I'm going to set for meat and poultry. And start. 15 minutes. Okay, so while the chicken is cooking, we're going to make the roasted vegetables. So I have some par-cooked sweet potatoes or yams that I absolutely need to use. These were vacuum sealed, and apparently they didn't stick very well. So I'm going to grab a bunch of these out for our lunch and dinner. It's so cold and wintry, I think we need to have this for lunch and dinner. Okay. I also have I have frozen broccoli, cauliflower, and some mushrooms all together. And I'm going to put a bunch of those out. When I get fresh broccoli or fresh cauliflower in, I normally try to dice it up and process it right away. Same for the mushrooms. I don't let them sit around and wait. I'm gonna have to find some mushrooms in here. I think I even have a squash or two left. All right, that should do. All right, so now I'm going to throw some salt and pepper on there. Thinking about a half a teaspoon of each. A little bit of turmeric. The pepper and turmeric work together for a nice intestinal balance. Some celery seed, now not much because this stuff can really overpower. Some onion and garlic salt. I also like some salt-free seasoning. And you also need some oil. Now, I live on a limited budget, so I have to make do with what I have. I save every kind of fat oil that I come across. So this is bacon grease. I also save chicken fat and beef fat. So I'm going to ladle this through. This will add some really nice bacon flavor without having to put bacon in it. If you don't use your bacon grease all the time, or if your kitchen is a little on the warm side, keep this in the fridge. My kitchen is very cold, except for in the middle of summer. And then it's hot. So I keep mine on my counter. And of course, this grease is freezing as soon as it hits these frozen veggies, which is fine. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in a 475-degree oven as close to the top because you want to roast them. I will check them every 10 to 15 minutes until they are nice and golden and cooked. All right, so the chicken is almost done. The vegetables are roasting, so it's now time to make the bechamel sauce. So we'll turn our heat up. We're going to put 1 full stick of butter in, and we're going to melt this butter. Before we go anywhere else, we're melting the butter. Okay, so the butter is almost completely melted, really close. I just don't want any clumps, so I'm making sure my butter is melted. Now I'm going to add some salt and pepper, and that's the only seasoning I'm going to add into this. All right, so the mozzarella has finally melted down, and if you put mozzarella in it, it's gonna get super thick and chunky. Just let it cook. All right, I got my rice. Gonna grab me a piece of chicken. Don't have any tongs over here, so I guess I'll just grab a piece with. I have lots of sauce in here, or I can do for chicken stock. Put my chicken on top. Grab some of this bolognese, or I'm sorry, bechamel. It smells so good. And again, this is all 100% gluten-free. All right. Grab me some sweet potatoes, piece of broccoli. Gotta take that squash. All right, guys, it's time for a taste test. Take that squash. It's so good. Oh my goodness. That bacon make it taste so, so good. All right, so I'm going to try my chicken with my bechamel sauce and a little bit of rice. Oh, so good. You would not think that this sauce was gluten-free. You really wouldn't. Oh my goodness. So, so good. This makes me feel better, even though it's out there snowing. This is going to be a wonderful lunch and dinner. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a like down below. Leave a comment, make a suggestion, or even a request. And if I can make it gluten-free, I sure will. So until the next upload, bye.